All right, hello, and welcome to the Kyla Tilley Show. This is what I'm calling First Fridays, and you may wonder, why are you calling this First Fridays, Kyla? It's the second Friday. Well, I had intended to stream on the first Friday of every month, but when I set up the calendar, I must have read it wrong. So we're here on the second Friday, but I'm going to sing you 10 songs that have, I feel, something to do with kind of I don't know, fall and new beginnings. I always think of September as kind of, it's one of those parts of the year where it's like, okay, time to start new things. So even though it's the end of the summer, it's the beginning of something new. So I'm going to start off with a song about beginnings. Alright, so the next one I've got for you is a song off my brand new album, and it's about running a marathon, which I totally, September is, well, I have a running event in December that I'm training for, so I feel like September is prime time to start running training, because it's actually not too hot, not too cold, so it's the most pleasant time of year to go running. It's called One Foot in Front of the Other. One foot in front of the other, breathing on the count of two, exhaling on the count of three. just run, run towards the bubble arch. They'll record the time I took, hang a medal around my neck, then I can let my heart beat slow. One foot in front of the other, that's all that I have to do. Just keep on going, don't fade out. Did I get enough hydration? Did I get ample rest? Am I really only halfway through this? Did that marker lie? What have I done? Run toward the bubble arch. They'll have fruit and protein shakes. They will take my picture there, then I can lie down in the grass. One foot in front of the other, lightly, softly relax, keeping up a steady pace. Soaking in the atmosphere, the wind, the trees, the other runners. Let myself enjoy the moment and then just run past the last water station, 2K to go. Grab some high fives to pump me up for the last stretch. Energy gels consumed and loaded carbs burned. I conquered the road behind me, finish lines in sight. Run toward the bubble arch. They'll record the time you took, hang a medal around your neck, then you can let your heart beat slow. Run toward the bubble arch. They'll have fruit and protein shakes. They will take my picture there, then I can lie down in the grass. La, da, 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 da. La, da, 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 There's one foot in front of the other. The next one I'd like to do is In the Grand Scheme of Things, which is a song I wrote when I painted my house. And you can see I'm sitting in this very white room. But when I moved into this house, this was a dismal apricot. And it was not conducive to a pleasant working environment. So I painted everything white. And I learned that perhaps I'm not a very good house painter, but that's okay. Paint settled in the fibers of the carpet on one edge where the tape was less secure. I did my best to soak it up, but latex hardens much too swiftly for my reflexes to snare. Well, there go all my efforts for a clean job. There go my endeavors for a perfect home. But in the grand scheme of things, I guess it doesn't really matter. In the grand scheme of things, I poured over too many shades of white. Who knew such a number could exist? It was far more complicated than I was expecting, and by the end of it, just kind of picked one. Well, there goes all that time that I spent thinking. There goes all my planning, all my careful choice. things, I guess it didn't really matter. In the grand scheme of things, what matters is the house is not so dark now. What matters is the feeling of renewal. What matters is a place to sip our coffee. So many jagged edges where a hole was cut for piping, where a molding isn't quite flush to the wall. I broke so many tiny brushes made of foam, just trying to jam that paint to those corners. But when I was all done, there were still spaces, places that I missed where the old shows through. But in the grand scheme of things, I guess it doesn't really matter. In the grand scheme of things, what matters is the house is not so dark now. What matters is the feeling of renewal. What matters is a place to sip our coffee. What matters is the house is not so dark now. What matters is the house is not so dark now. What matters is the house is not so dark now. All right. Oh, good. And I'm just seeing the comment that it is sounding good. So thank you for that. It's always in the back of our mind when we're trying to live stream and playing on stage. It's like, how is the sound? Does it sound good? Can people hear me? So it's good to have that feedback. The next song I'm going to do is a song about a spelling bee. Of course, it's hard to think of September without thinking about going back to school. And, of course, school comes with spelling bees. And I looked when I wrote this song, because I only ever participated in one spelling bee, and it was in grade 2, and I won it because I could spell ankylosaurus. However, I looked up like the big, the big AAA spelling bees, the big official spelling bees in North America, and they had all sorts of rules. And of course, there's things like you can ask to hear the word again. You can ask for a definition. You can, if you are deemed wrong, you can ask for them to actually reconsider if you think that you were right. So I took all of those things into account when I wrote this song. Feeling apprehensive, are there two P's in apprehensive? I dreamt last night I couldn't spell a word, or was it dreamed? I practiced recognizing uses where we opt for C's and S's and Z's in our language. I drilled those words into my senses. The pronouncer gives the word and I ask for a repronunciation. Wouldn't want to mix it up with some related word. Don't want to end up disappointed. Is that two P's, two S's, neither or both? In my performance, I spell the word with bold intention. Can I get a definition? Can you use it in a sentence? I'll take this time to ponder if that root is Greek or Latin. Is it A, I, E, or U? Vowels are mystifying. C's and K's and Q's. It's all so confusing, but I worked hard and I, before E, in believe in me, myself, and I don't want to leave the competition early. When I finish spelling, just when in this finish I open my eyes to the judge's consternation. Some say yay, but most say nay. I watch my rivals spell the word in their head. I raise my hand, make make my objection to the arbiter. I plead my case, or not, or though they don't arbit. Aggressively I make my argument. Those double letters get me. Well, after much deliberation and an Oxford English consultation, the judges deem it spelled correctly. I avoid elimination. Can I get a definition? Can you use it in a sentence? I'll take this time to ponder if that root is Greek or Latin. Is it A, I, E, or U? Vowels are mystifying. C's and K's and Q's. It's all so confusing, but I worked hard and I before E in believe in me, myself, and I don't want to leave the competition early. So the next one I have, this also I think has to do with September traditionally being the start of school. And I notice in my, like on my social media and in my emails, starting about September, I start getting blammed with like, start this, start that, join this course, take this course, learn about this, blah, blah, blah. It's time, the final quarter, blah, blah, blah. And it's very overwhelming. And so I think of September as sort of often being a time, and like you can't get together with people, you call people, you're like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh my God, the kids are back to school, and like work is changing, and everyone's very busy in September. So this is sort of a song about that, not specifically about September, but I think it's fitting. Expectations to meet, and it feels like I am cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half 8 oats and other waste, and it feels like I am drowning in daily stresses escalate, obligation stacks up high. Keeping up feels so hard. I'm watching myself fall behind, and I feel like I'm cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half 8 oats and other waste, and it feels like I am drowning in the noise of 7 equine beasts. I'll go outside and take a breath. Seems like I work so hard and yet don't feel like I've accomplished much. Rome wasn't built inside a day. Stand back and appreciate all I've done. Unchecked boxes on the list. Overwhelming, head down into it. And just when I think I'm gaining ground, I notice I forgot to eat again. And I feel like I am cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half 8 oats and other waste. And it feels like I am drowning in the noise of 7 equine beasts. I'll go outside and take a breath, then dive back in, pitchfork and feet in hand. Let's do a quick tune here. We will take a moment, take a breath to just keep us in tune. So this next one, I figured a good follow-up to that song. I'm going to do another one from my new album, which is available here on YouTube, actually. Of course, having so many overwhelming things to do and on your plate, I think, is real likely to cause you to just want to sneak away completely and not have anything to do with anything else. And that's what this next song is about. Modern life moves much too fast, slick and overwhelming. Excesses of everything, flashing lights, screaming phones. Surely there's a place to hide, sanctuary from the noise, shelter from the turbulence, serenity, repose. Flowers have nothing to say, flowers have nowhere to go, cast their roots into the earth, drink it in growing tall. Would that she could turn into a bee, then she could fly between the petals of each flower in the garden. Would that she need never leave the garden where the flowers bloom eternal. Their motives inscrutable, they can be irrational, baffling, hard to gauge. Surely there's a place to flee, sanctuary from it all, shelter from misgiving, serenity, repose. Flowers have nothing to say, flowers have nowhere to go, cast their roots into the earth, drink it in growing tall. Would that she could turn into a bee, then she could fly between the petals of each flower in the garden. Would that she need never leave the garden where the flowers bloom eternal. Turn away from the maelstrom, tempers flaring, cruel laughter of urban life. In the garden, cool and shaded, roses beckon sunlight. Human life can be complex, joyous and disquieting. What's the meaning of it all? Questioning, pondering. Surely there's a simple truth, shelter from misgiving, serenity, repose. Flowers have time to bide, flowers have one thing on their mind, cast their seed upon the wind, propagate flower kind. Would that she could turn into a bee, then she could fly between the petals of each flower in the garden. Would that she need never leave the garden where the flowers bloom eternal. Thank you so much. And hey, Xenophon is here. Really, really nice to see you. He's a beautiful, beautiful classical guitar player. Marlis, you'd probably enjoy his channel as well. We share a fondness for Sylvius Leopold Weiss. How are you doing today? All right. This next one. So I'm starting what I'm doing, I'm calling it, it's going to be the first Friday of the month that I'm going to be doing a little live stream here on YouTube. I got the dates mixed up this month, so it's the second Friday. I'm calling it not quite First Friday. But this next song is, it's a song about going for a walk in the woods, and the other thing that September brings around is really like it's prime hiking time. It is absolutely, where I live, it is the best time of year to go for a hike. And saw what looked like bunny tracks. I followed them and fell into a bog. I scraped my knees as I crawled out and got feasted on by flies. Walked down the street until I found a path that led into the woods. I lost myself for hours. How good it is to go out for a walk. I saw what looked like bunny tracks. I followed them and fell into a bog where I was scolded by the birds, and then some chipmunks told me off. Some daisies for a chain. I dodged some ATVs and turned around because I saw a moose. Walked down the street until I found a path that led into the woods. I lost myself for hours. How good it is to go out for a walk. It's good to go out walking. How good it is to go out. It's good to go out for a walk. So I'm keeping on this theme of new things. This is sort of and September being a time of renewal, this is a very short, sweet song about finding a plant, maybe while you're out for a walk, and finding a dilapidated plant that someone has thrown out and taking it home. Until with care new growth pokes through on stalks low. Cousins botanical along the windowsill, on the porch steps. Wait while our ministrations take their hold. We'll know when from decay a petal forms as the sun comes after night, and in a place of honor we coexist. So, all right. Well, I've got two more songs for you this morning, and the next one I'm going to do. Oh, thank you. The next one that I'm going to do is the title track off my brand new album, Bloom and Grow, and this is about, turning over a new page and going out and doing great things. I am going to have a sip of water first, though. Get a peek if the coast is clear enough to get away. Get away from all your thoughts, get out from your winter rub. Let the butterflies come out and flutter around. Bloom and grow, child. Bloom and grow. Reach for the mountains, don't brace for the fall. Time enough for caution when the day is done. Spring moldy where the damp got in, where the paint is chipped away, clean it off. Let the fresh air enter and let it rush through all your things. Gather up the dust and close today's stream. I kind of didn't even realize I was doing this. That was the title track off my brand new album, Bloom and Grow. I'm going to close the stream today with the title track from my first album, New Shoes. And I feel that New Shoes really fits into the whole September turning of the seasons, ready to start a new chapter theme, which was the theme of the show today. So this is New Shoes. My new shoes are not red. The box that came in so crumbled quite clearly. When I walk in them, I don't stumble, I don't stumble, I don't stumble. I got a new favorite song, and I know all the words, I know them start to finish. When I sing along, you can hear me all up and down the block I live on. Got nothing left to hide behind. I left the light on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm the goddess, I'm the goddess, I'm a goddess. I got a new crush, and it's you. It's just a fun crush, a friendly crush, don't fear it. But I will give you love, and I'll sing about that love. If anyone will listen, I'll take you to my secret place. You and I could go drinking, and we could sit up high all night and watch the world revolve. No one can see us there, but we in turn are all knowing. And when we see the winds of change, we'll command them to do our bidding. Got nothing left to hide behind. I left the light on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm the goddess, I'm the goddess, I'm a goddess. Tonight there's something in the air. It could be magic or maybe it's just pollen. But on nights like these, I'll dance anywhere and I don't care who sees me. I feel like lighting a fire, a grand inferno just so I can hear it crackle. If it burns too low, I'll snub on the embers with my cranberry heels. We'll stay out until we're falling down, then you can sleep over at my place. And you can have the nicest pillow, and I'll lend you my pajamas. And in the morning when we get up, you can shower, and I'll make you breakfast. And it'll have a lot of fat in it, because fat is what makes food delicious. Got nothing left to hide behind. I left the light on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess. Nothing left to hide behind. I left the light on the bathroom floor. I look into my eyes and see that I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess, I'm a goddess. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I will be back online here on YouTube on the first Friday in October to do a show filled with October-y themes here at Kyla Tilley, YouTube/Kyla Tilley. And if you really enjoyed that, you can also find me everywhere else on the internet at Kyla Tilley, KYLATILLEY. And certainly hit subscribe there. If you enjoyed this, have a wonderful September, everybody. Take care.